I'm Josh Laddick with GSA Focus, and today I'm going to be talking about two soft requirements that GSA has for GSA contracts, specifically in the offer process. I call them soft requirements because they're not outlined specifically in the solicitation, but they are still requirements when you take all of what the solicitation says and start comparing clauses and requirements against each other. Then things start to surface, and it's not outlined directly, but it's implied by the combination of two requirements. So the first one relates to the IFF fee, the industrial funding fee. Now, the GSA built into the contract says that you are to offer equal or better prices than what you offer commercially. So, that being said, you're also supposed to tack onto your final GSA price an IFF fee of 0.75%. So now let's say your commercial price and your GSA price, you want to be the same. Now, $100 an hour, $100 an hour. Once the IFF fee is added onto your GSA contract price, it's now going to be $100.75 per hour. That price is higher than what you offer commercially, and therefore the GSA doesn't like that, and they're not going to allow it. Therefore, you have to drop your commercial price by about $1 in order to offer the GSA a better price. The GSA doesn't come out and say it in the solicitation that you have to offer a discount. They say equal or better pricing, but the equal kind of gets knocked off the table when you account for the industrial funding fee that brings the price up. And the GSA will object if you try to finagle and say that the industrial funding fee shouldn't matter, because according to the way that they perceive it, it does matter, it should matter, and they're not going to let it through. So one soft requirement is that you have to offer a discount of at least 1% going in, and I tell all my clients that. I tell all my clients not to offer a discount beyond 1% either, because you're going to be going into pricing negotiations anyways, and I like to leave a little bit of room for negotiating. Now the second hidden requirement that I've found relates to a minimum sales amount if you want to get a GSA contract. Now, you're not going to find this in the solicitation anywhere. In fact, the GSA would cringe hearing me say this, that there's a minimum sales requirement, because they don't want to be seen as stifling small businesses. It's the last thing they want, and the GSA is actually really, really good in working with small businesses, and they've got a great track record there. But that being said, if you combine two requirements that the GSA has, unfortunately, small businesses are kind of taken back a little bit, especially ones with very, very small or low sales, particularly sales under $200,000, which is a lot of small businesses. So jumping into this and getting into the details, the GSA is not going to award a GSA contract if they don't think that the $25,000 annual minimum sales requirement is going to be met. It's just, if the numbers don't add up from the beginning, the GSA is not going to sign off on a company getting a GSA contract. That being said, there's a super secret hidden requirement that's not, I haven't found this anywhere in the solicitation, but I've talked to many GSA people, and I've found that there's the annual sales, the revenue that a company has. The GSA takes a calculation, and they figure that 15% of that is going to is a good starting number for the future GSA sales or federal sales through a GSA contract. So 15%. That means we can take your company's last year of revenue and multiply it by 0.15. I've done that here. $200,000, let's say a small business has in revenue in 2011. Multiply it by 0.15. That means $30,000 is what the GSA internally anticipates that your company is going to make the first year of having a GSA contract. That being said, that's above the 25,000 minimum amount, and you should go through just fine. What about a company that has $100,000 in sales or $150,000? They're going to fall below that, and the GSA isn't going to like that. Now, does that mean that they're going to be swept off the table? It does not. You can always make a good case that your sales are going to be up above what the GSA anticipates, particularly if you have a good history of past sales. But that being said, everything else being equal, and you don't have a good story like that, you're going to have a hard time getting a GSA contract. You want to have at least 200,000 in sales, or you are going to have a couple more hurdles, most likely. And that's it for today. We went through the 2 hidden GSA requirements. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope this is helpful. Thank you.